2 days after a federal jury in Montgomery found 6 defendants not guilty of corruption charges for allegedly promoting legalized gambling illegally in Alabama, I arrived back in Birmingham and pulled into the Birmingham Race Course to get some reaction. The sentiment was unanimous that dog track and casino owner Milton McGregor and 3 state senators deserved to be found not guilty, and regulars at the track hope to see horse racing return by the fall. After the verdict, McGregor attorney Joe Espy said the prosecution left over from the Bush regime who targeted McGregor failed to prove his guilt. Several of the defendants and defense attorneys bashed the Department of Justice for moving forward with 2 trials that ended with no convictions against 9 defendants, cases that wasted millions and millions of taxpayer dollars, money that could have been used for more positive things for the state. They say the prosecution was a politically motivated attempt to prevent voters from deciding the fate of electronic bingo and other forms of legalized gambling. Some Republican legislators cooperated with the FBI and were recorded saying that having gambling on the 2010 ballot would bring out more black voters who tend to vote for the Democratic Party. Espy said McGregor wants to reopen Victoryland, and he said he's going to seriously look at avenues to recover some of McGregor's money spent on defense in civil cases against unnamed players. I'm gonna sneak a quote, man. I'm gonna sneak a quote. What do you think about the verdict?
Smile, Candyman. Candyman.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
You were saying some stuff earlier. You got anything else to say about it?
Nah, not real. I'm just glad he got out of it.
I think it'll it'll end the assault on gambling in Alabama.
What was that again?
Do you think it'll end the assault on gambling in Alabama, legalized gambling in Alabama?
Next 3 years, maybe. After we get a new governor.
Oh, okay. So the verdict is not the end, you don't think? The Republicans are still going to go after gambling every chance they get, is that?
Yeah.
Why do you think they're doing that?
Politics. That's but strictly Alabama politics.
Said Bob Riley had something to do with it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Protecting those Indian casinos in other states instead of providing the jobs here?
State and Mississippi and Alabama.
Yeah. Protecting the tribes in Louisiana and Texas?
Yeah, because I don't think any of that would have come up for any other reason, you know.
Well, this wasn't exactly the Obama Justice Department federal case. It was left over from the Bush administration. They were still on this anti-gambling crusade and trying to put politicians in jail. And
I think they just wasted time coming down here fooling with that in the first place.
Well, just mopping up from the cases that the Bush Justice Department had open, and they didn't get a conviction again after doing a retrial. So that'll probably end those kind of prosecutions, but it still won't end the war on gambling by the Christian right and the Republicans and so forth.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen now since all this is over with, and right. I think he's got a leg up on him.
All right, sure would be nice to see that.
Because after all, I proved that I wasn't guilty of anything.
Right.
No bribery, no payoffs.
Right.
So
it sure would be nice to see this track kind of restored to, some kind of glory, and have some horses out here.
I read in the paper yesterday that he planning on reopening down there and started business back up at Victoryland. Yeah.
And then they got some plans to do horses out here in the fall, maybe.
Yeah, they had a news conference back here about 6 months. Well, maybe not that long, but they had already said that they would return by the fall of the year.
Right.
And they're going to run 2 meets, like the fall and the spring.
That'd be interesting to see come back, for sure.
I don't think it'd take them about maybe 30 days or 6 months to get that
to really get it cleaned up and ready to go, yeah.
So they should be back up.
Such a nice facility.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, sir. Tell me your name again.
Carl Davis.
And you from Birmingham?
Yeah. I believe they get the right sponsors and everything. They'll be okay.
What do you think about the verdict?
Man, I don't know. I guess Milton got what he paid for, and I'm fine with it. I didn't want him to get busted. I mean,
Right.
that's what politics is. It's just
Right.
they just pick and choose who they want to. Who's allowed
Bring on
to
casino gambling.
who's allowed to bribe people and who's not? I mean, I thought that's what politics is. You donate to people's campaign, you get shit back in return.
That's what it's about,
I
right?
mean, Halliburton gives to Bush. We go kill a bunch of brown people on the other side of the world so they can make billions of dollars.
All right.
So,
Par for the course, huh?
yeah, exactly.
Well, all right. What's your name?
Bart.
Bart. What's your
Lewis.
last? Bart Lewis. You from Birmingham?
Yep.